is the Cutting Edge on IRFM. They are with you on next Wednesday from 10 to 2. We're going to be here. Give thanks to the moment, give thanks to the time, give thanks to the energy. We say next Wednesday, that's Queen Africa, brand new. Okay, so Marcus Garver, the IRFM, Ryan Nuevo, big things go on, may I tell you. I never say Quantum, him go to church, couldn't get to come down there, I don't know why. At least him could have sent him youth, would have take care of the youth. But Quantum could have the dog and dance on Saturday night and couldn't wake up Sunday morning too, so that's how it go. Anyway, you hear him now, me did it from Saturday. Me did, no, you wasn't there. Me not talk about listening to the radio. A million people that listen to the radio. Me talk about being dear, different from listening here. Anyway. All right, so wonderful. Who are yellow? Andrea Williams, Green. Who are yellow? Jai. Who are yellow? Keshima too. And all the ones them who are responsible for organizing it. Yes, it would go on. It go on. You know them way the big place, big place, trust me. The place so big it make it look like nobody never did it, but you see that crowd over there, they couldn't hold inside us, so trust me. The crowd over there, son, they couldn't do all in here. So it was nice to move it over there. One yellow Dr. Ray Higgins. Yeah, man. Why you look Dr. Ray Higgins, why you look the tie, you know them. Why you don't know how joyful it was to interview those brethren. Yes, it was a joy, man. For me and my age, for come interview some Tainos. Believe you me. How much people at Jamaica get to interview Tainos, the original Jamaican people, eh? So we have to put that in our resume. Yeah, we have to put that in our resume. 1913. 2000, sorry, you said 1913, we got clear 1913. 2013, 18th of August, Marcus Garvey celebration, Mutabaruka interview, original native Jamaican, the Tainos. Believe you me, it was a joy. For you, the man I say, considering say, most indigenous people, for those of you who don't know, but I have spoken to a lot of indigenous people. We are talking about people in Australia, the Aboriginal them, Aborigines. We are talking about Native American, what them call Red Indian. We are talking about no Tainos. We are talking about people in Mexico. We are talking about people in Belize. And most of them give credence to the sun. The sun is the first form of worship for human beings. The first thing man start worship was the sun in the sky. The Egyptians, them, in the ancient times, recognized the sun, Ra, Aman Ra. You know, a whole heap of Christians don't know this and they might not want to believe it. But at the end of most Christian prayer, them say, Amen. 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 Is relating to the sun god of Kemet of Egypt. Amen Ra or Aman Ra. You don't believe me? Well, it's true. That sun worship is still connected to our Father who art in heaven. That was the sun the S-O-N, in the sky. Man's first form of worship something is worshiping the sun, because the sun is the source of all life on earth. Nothing can live on earth without the sun. The sun is the source of all energy on earth. So we also give Isis to the sun. From I tried in my early days, Rastafari, going to some hills, and I impel them get up in the morning and looking at the sun ball and praise the sun. So it is not unusual. But I guess most ones, when them see that now, them wonder where go on, because the people, the Tainos, them turn to the rising of the sun, and them turn to the north, them turn to the west, them turn to the east and the south. For them, serious, what them call it, praises, or Isis, as I am Rastafari, would I call it. And we also, I call that, them tell you that Makeda, before she went to Solomon, according to the books, she was a sun worshipper. It's really weird that Ethiopia, the most ancient country where human being first originate, allow a peripheral culture, Jewish culture, to dominate them country. One wonders and asks the question, how is it that a country like Ethiopia gets spiritually colonized by a peripheral, what them call, we know them call it religion? How did Ethiopia get colonized? I would go and say colonized, because people say Ethiopia has never been colonized. Well, we understand the political implication of colonization as it referred to other countries in Africa being colonized by the Europeans, and that never happened to Ethiopia. But on the religious level, Ethiopia get colonized by an outside religion that is not indigenous to Ethiopia itself. And when you go to Ethiopia, this is two religions that is predominant in Ethiopia: Islam and Christianity. And when you look on the people and how the people them live, the majority of people how them live, you realize these religions is not serving the masses of the people, but it's serving a class. And this religion is not Ethiopic in its origin. Islam came across the seas into Ethiopia. Christianity was introduced into Ethiopia according to the Bible and according to Haile Selassie. Christianity entered Ethiopia through the baptism of an Ethiopian eunuch by a man named Philip. Very interesting that him named Philip. So we know that even in Ethiopia there is no name in Amharic for Jesus Christ. There is name for God, exhibit, but the word Jesus Christ don't come up in the Amharic language. nor the Giz language, which is an older language than Amharic. Because the Ethiopians, we know archaeologically and historically, is the oldest civilization on earth. Yet still, the name Ethiopia itself is not Ethiopian, is not African. The name Ethiopia and the following name, Jesus Christus, is Greek. So, the name Ethiopia was given to that part of the earth, south of the Sahara, by the Greeks. And the name Jesus Christus that Ethiopians use is Greek. So we ask the question again, how did the most ancient of countries draw from European language to define themselves and Judaism to define themselves? Because Judaism never started in Ethiopia. It came to Ethiopia according to the Ethiopian them through some snatching away of the Israelites' Ark of the Covenant by the high priest, and they carried supposedly to Ethiopia. And most of the emperors of Ethiopia claim descendant from David, Solomon. But we know that Makeda, according to the Ethiopians, was sun worship. It was a sun worshiping place, the original way that spread into Egypt. The sun, the source of all energy, where Christianity derived from. Most of the philosophies that surround the SON man comes from ancient philosophies. When we talk about ancient philosophies now, we can call a whole heap of them that was surrounding that area in that time. But most of it trickle from Greece and then Rome, because it was the empire at the time that governed that part of the world. The Greeks, then the Romans, and the Romans devastated that part of the world. The Greeks devastated that part of the world and take the knowledge that was written in books, and what them don't burn, them carry to Greece. So most of the ancient books that we claim to be ancient was given to us by the Greeks and the Romans to decipher. Very interesting history. Very interesting history that there's no history outside of Judaism that it started in Ethiopia. There's no history outside of Judaism. When we say Judaism now, we include Christianity, because Christianity claim authorship from Judaism. It is the Christians that call the Jewish book Old Testament. So when you go to Ethiopia, most people do have a historical reference, Ethiopian historical reference point for them spirituality or for their religious belief. Them religious beliefs stem from or start at Solomon and Sheba, which is really a travesty in itself. Haile Selassie did have to make one journalist know, say, look here, my dynasty go beyond Solomon, which is very important that Rastafari should know. Well, maybe a whole heap of ones don't even know, say, Haile Selassie did say that. But trust me, him did say it. Him say, Fim dynasty gone beyond Solomon. We should recognize that why and when most Rasta talk, him stop Solomon. Well, him go look for Solomon to David. We have to recognize that just like African history never start as slavery, because when them bring we Anya and them teaching at them history book, the only thing we didn't know in our school is that Africans was brought here and become slaves here. And then after that we get amnesia, we don't know nothing else about Africa. Because when we did hear about Egypt and all them places, we never identified with Africa. And now we see that them want to take Egypt out of Africa and call it the Middle East. That is really what them do now. They might take Egypt out of Africa and call it the Middle East. And I'll go and like say the Middle East is not Africa. You see how cruel these people is. That here is a more ancient landmass that is now called Egypt. Them is trying to make us, black people, believe that Egypt is not in Africa. So the contribution that Egypt make to world history has nothing to do with black skin or black people. When them talk about African history in Jamaica, all them tell you about is slavery. Peripheral reasoning about drunken and all these little things where they have no real scientific approach to African history. Most people who teach about Africa in Jamaica, them not have no idea about the Dogon people, about the Yoruba tradition, about the Congo, about Kemet, about Ethiopia. Them don't have no reference point. Well, the same like the Ethiopian them. The Ethiopian them don't have no reference point about Ethiopian history other than Solomon and Sheba. That's all. That's the beginning and end of for them history. When you talk to Ethiopians and you start to ask them about the history of Ethiopia, I'm telling you about the history of the Solomonic dynasty. Like say, Ethiopia do have no history other than the Solomonic dynasty. We need to do some historical check-in. Some historical check-in that if Ethiopia claim the origin, whether by creation or evolution, the creationists tell you that in the Bible that there's a river that encompasses the whole land of Ethiopia. It flows around the Garden of Eden according to the Bible creation story. And this land is called Cush. People of the fire are now, if you look at the Bible now, maybe you don't see Cush, you see Ethiopia. And maybe again you might see Abyssinia. So the name, depending on who is there at who when time, is Abyssinia, Ethiopia, Cush, representing that now, that little landmass that them call Ethiopia now, that was given the name by the Greeks. So them do have no other history. That is really what we ask. if you ask most ones who delve into Ethiopia, especially, for instance, if you go, if you're in a 12 tribe, because say I like 12 tribe, because 12 tribe people study the Bible more than all other group of Rasta in a Jamaica where I know. Because them have the way of read it properly. You read it from Genesis 1 to Revelation 22. Now, if you ask these ones who study the Bible keenly and carefully and who read Ethiopian history, the only Ethiopian history they will tell you about is the kings of Ethiopia. That's all. Like Ethiopia do have no history outside of that, because every validation of Ethiopia, according to ones who delve into Rastafari in certain ways, all them tell you about is the time when Makeda go visit Solomon. The time when Makeda go visit Solomon is not even half with the history of world history. Yes, still Ethiopia did exist because it is the Ethiopians them. Them say civilization went down the Nile. Civilization come from Ethiopia, go into Egypt. And there was a lot of Ethiopians there, architects, artists, and at those times we were called scientists, who was giving help to Egypt. A lot of people don't know that Nubians exist in Egypt still, and even in Israel. But if you read those, or if you start talk to a one about Ethiopian history, the only history them tell you about is what connect Ethiopia to Judaism. That's the only history. I guarantee you that if you ask most ones who claim Ethiopia, the only thing them can tell you about Ethiopian history is that part of the history with claim connection with Solomon. Yet still, I'm going to repeat again, Emperor Haile Selassie say that for him dynasty, say for him dynasty go beyond Solomon. And me I say that, ask anybody who have come from my period of time if Haile Selassie never said that. Haile Selassie said that. So, what is the dynasty before Solomon? And what were the Ethiopians them doing before Solomon? Why is that part of Ethiopian history negated? Where did the idea, the concept of the pharaohs come from? When you hear about Zeus, the Greek god of all gods. Watch a man, the Greeks. Study the history, you will realize that the Greeks thought that the gods lived in the, that's why they call it Ethiopia, the land that the burn faces. Well, we are talking about the specific place now. The Greeks thought that the gods lived in Ethiopia. Ethiopia, the land of our fathers, the land where the gods love to be. That was echoed years before Marcus Garvey put it there so and said, we must sing it. Ethiopia, the land where the gods love to be. And the Greek them did say that. And the Greek them did say that. The land where the gods love to be. You think them not understand certain things? Why think they make mythologies? They make mythologies and call the god of all gods Zeus. Which part I think them claim Zeus come from. This is the cutting edge on RFM. Stick blowing through the air, man. May I tell you? Marcus Garvey, very important man. Recognized as one of the greatest philosophers in the past 1,000 years. You think same easy is command from St. Anne. Can you believe that? Recognized as one of the greatest philosophers in the past 1,000 years. So that means say, him there alongside all of these guys where you hear about Marx and Lenin and this, that, and all them European them. Him they right up there with them, you know. Yes, it's not a black thing we are dealing with, you know. We are talking about humanity now, where them recognize him. The philosophy and opinions of Marcus Garvey stretch, gone far. Churchill quote him, Chinaman quote him, Nkrumah use him, Jomo Kenyatta use him. May I tell you? So, we want to heal up Marcus Mosiah Garvey and we want to give thanks for the celebration of Marcus Garvey Earth Day in that scale. Because we used to hear about Marcus Garvey Earth Day. You notice say, believe you me, the government no put on no big thing for Marcus. Oi. One wonder, how is it that the first national hero, the most known national hero, the government no see it fit for really show a big thing for Marcus Garvey? We give thanks to RFM. Yes, I mean, I talk about as a one who there so every week, but just a one who I look outside and I look on it as a Rasta man and a Pan-Africanist and a man who does love Marcus Garvey. We say we give thanks to RFM for really know say, yeah, we can push that out there to the people them and make a whole heap of people gather in all different ways. We say all the drum corps and the youth them and march, just like how Marcus Garvey they used to do it in Harlem. I come down 125th Street and Harlem place there. We see the celebration on the stage, just like how Marcus Garvey used to do it in a Eloise Park on a Slipe Road. You understand? Slipe Road is a place, Eloise Park is a place where Marcus Garvey used to rent all Bustamante and Manley to keep political meeting. Well, people don't know that. Yet them lock him up in a jail. And they might tell people that must exonerate. You know, them lock up Garvey in America and then deport him. And people are shout out in Jamaica about to exonerate Marcus Garvey to the U.S. government, which part Obama just lay that to rest and say, no, we not do that, you know, that not let them do, that not important and necessary. Yet still, the government of Jamaica lock up Marcus Garvey in a prison in a Jamaica, yeah. And nobody now talk about exoneration of Marcus Garvey where them claim say him do. You understand? So, we don't know how that go. Dance a yard before you dance abroad, that's how it go. Yes. We are talking about, yes, what did Garvey do to allow him to go into prison? Our people don't know, say Marcus Garvey and man go for fight, and not Goffy. That Goffy did that. We don't talk about Goffy. Now, man, Marcus Garvey fight our meeting, what do you call it? Parish council meet, you know. Yes. You can just imagine that. But when you look on Marcus Garvey book them, where you say people recover the works and the philosophy and opinions of Marcus Garvey, you see certain things tonight where Marcus Garvey talk about that one whole chapter about reading and all them way, and man take it lightly. But you can't take them thing lightly, you know, because if a man that tell you, so boy, if you sit down all a bus stop, you must read. You know, you wait on all a train, just read. You know, if you drive from Kingston to Harborview, or you drive from Parade to Spanish Town, you have a little book in your bag, and you just read that. You know, see it. Keep out the arms house we are going around now. But nowadays, man just want to hear say, you know, I really do not serious investigation into what is happening and history especially. Because history decide what is happening now, you know. I always say I go on, you know, it's because of something that happened before. Something that happened yesterday. Something that happened 1,000 years ago. Things that happened 1,000 years ago still affect we are right now. We have to know that. So it's not like say history is that thing we're gone. History catch up on we right now. All the inventions that was made Look on all the right brothers where did I try fly much years ago. And them don't go so bam and just fly. And guy just modify that and now we sit down in all a plane with all 300 people in this big iron something. Oh, it's still up in the air. It come like magic. If you did all, I live all 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, and you look up in the sky and see all one of them things there in the sky, you don't believe that judgment there. Yeah. You see all this big thing with how much people in it. You cannot imagine all if that something like that land in Jerusalem. When Jesus walk up and down. And that land all in Jerusalem, somewhere upon the little level of Jerusalem there, and you see all these people walk come out of the bird. You know, what man? You know, you them say some devil thing are going on, or some, it's either them or some devil thing, or some God thing. Because everything where them can't explain, them give it over to the supernatural. Like when people did have fits, them say some devil take them over the body. Them not recognize it because them never some medically understanding things. So here we are saying now, history, very important to the level of this thing here. It's history that guide way to deal with certain things as of now that we can understand what's supposed to happen tomorrow. And you know, say, tomorrow never come. Every day is tomorrow. We say tomorrow. So we have to look at it today. Now. Here and now. Understand the idea of here and now. We have to recognize how deep the ignorance is and how deep the trick is. For really unravel it. You understand? So when we look at all history, I know the guys them frame up the history power and we accept it. Like a guy come look at you and tell you about the four corners of the earth. Because him in a film time they believe that the earth is flat. So when he believes that the earth is flat and him say the four corner and him let that go out there. 1,000 years, 2,000 years, and not even 1,000 years, but how much 100 years after, guys still talk about four corners of the earth, giving credence to a flat earth when we know now that the earth not flat. But people don't say that. Just like what them say West Indian, and not feel no way, it not come like it's a wrong thing people say when them say West Indian, referring to I. Are you a West Indian? And them expect you to say yes. And if you say no, them ask you, so where did you born? And you say Jamaica. Them say, then you know West Indian then. For so deep the foolishness is. Them have a university named the University of the West Indies, giving credence to the foolishness. The man who call it the University of the West Indies was deep in the foolishness. And the people them who come not see it important to switch that round and change that. Them just make that go on. We're going by the morning, can't go good evening. Oh, ho. So them just make that work and just go and make it work. Like so the name no important. But here you see Europeans know the importance of naming people, places and things. That them children will recognize that their forefathers had a hand in that thing. So when a youth come to Jamaica from England and them hear a place named St. James or Portland and them did a study film history, him know say yes, film ancestors did have a foot or a hand in this country. We not accept or we not realize how important naming of people, places and things is. We don't recognize that. You got Europe, statues, monuments, buildings, museums, architect. Artwork, all reflect the European cultural experience. And when they move with that. So when them come in at the so-called colonies, them place those architectural monuments and statues and names and print it out. That's today now we say West Indian and do it cringe. We do every cringe when we hear the name West Indian. Because it's normal. And that not important, that not relevant. Why you bring up West Indian? That never doing nothing. If you say West Indian, that not doing nothing. That's how you think. Because it label way. Because you know, a person show how deep the ignorance is, you know. A Jamaican that prefer you say him is a West Indian than say him is an African. A normal, typical Jamaican out there would have prefer you tell him say he's a West Indian and tell him say he's African. Because first of all, I'm tell you say, him never go to Africa yet. So where you call him African for? And him never go to India yet. Him never on the west side of India, east side of India, north side of India, nor west side of India, nor south side of India. But what? When you say, you are a West Indian, him say, yes, me's a West Indian, a Jamaica, and this is the West Indies. But guess what? This is also the Americas. So you're an American too. Because it's not only North America, it's America. The islands is in the Americas. So it's America, you're an American. But you can't go America over there, North America. You have to have visa to go over there, so. You still use an American. In the technicality of the thing, you are an American. But you're not a North American. But you can't go tell a Jamaican say, him is, at least you can tell them, but most Jamaicans would prefer you tell them say them is West Indian than tell them say them is African. When most Jamaican ancestral DNA derive from Africa, the west coast of Africa, that is a scientific fact. That is a scientific fact that most Jamaicans foreparents, not even far neither, not even far, we come from Africa. Most Jamaican foreparents don't come from India. India is a misnomer by Christopher Columbus, who thought that he was in India when he reached one of this place, Hispaniola. And through my travel west, him said the west of India. Or we become West Indian. But it is not important. So the lie become true. And when you tell the truth now, it sounds like say you tell lie. That is how them put it. Now you talk about four corners of the earth. And the four corners of the earth don't make no sense to the scientific mind. But to the ignorant, who they believe in the world flat, them put you now in the space for be ignorant like them by saying four corners of the earth and don't make and don't question it. Or don't change it. Yet still them have changed things. Because there was no place on here near St. Jane before them come. There was no place on here named St. Anne before them come. There was no place on here named Portland before them come. There was no place on here named nothing where it name is so now before them come. But you know, we not change nothing. 1 and 2 times ago, and we could change a road like Foreshore Road, didn't now name Marcus Garvey Drive. You understand? And then we say, all right, Norman Manley Airport, Sangsters International Airport. But we not connect nothing to Africa, you know. We not connect nothing to Africa. And that is where the legacy is supposed to be, you know. You know, you about no Dogan Street. You understand? You know, you about no Dogan Street. And we go connect Mandela Park to Mandela. We also go connect Mandela Park to Mandela. Because it used to name Alpha Tree Park. And we go in and go say Mandela Park. That's the connection where we make to Africa. One man over there so named Mandela. Make we call the park Mandela. Connect it to Africa. If you notice how them are connecting, them not connect nothing to Africa. It's like them cut we off totally. But guess what? When the European them come here, chow, them name everything off of Europe. You think them easy? St. Jago de la Vega. Which part, what kind of language that? A Spanish that. San Diego de la Vega. Or San Diego de la Vega reach in the heart of down there, which part we did so now. Or it reach down there. Because the guys, them just name that. After something with them know about in a for them European country. You know, see it. So when we hear a certain name, you know, Mr. Lord Portland. Lord Portland. Which part Lord Portland come from? Figure that out. Cornwall, Middlesex, and Surrey. You think so them easy? Them all go all America go do that. New York. It's York in England, and this is the one where them come find out them say New York. Most of the place them where you hear them rename. Los Angeles. Which part I think them get Los Angeles from? A Spanish. Because them invade America and the whole of Texas go right up to the north of California, they name Mexico. I was Mexico all of that. You think California, they name California all the while, and Texas, them come infiltrate the thing and get rid of the people, them original people, them who did it, and push them more south. And who them for move off a land and put them for reservation and put them there. And then call the place Texas, California. And now the Mexican, them can't even go across the border in San Diego. Because them are going to accuse them of drug smuggling. So they put up a big wall. Like them are trying to make another China wall. And just control this for themselves. And then everybody else turn alien. And them are the alien because them come on there. Come kill off the so-called Native American. Them see the people them that they live them indigenous life. Just like how them come here so and see the Tainos them. But them write the history. And them write the history, you know. And them give it for read in a school. And we can't contradict that in a school. But we come know better now. But here we know. We come know better and we still follow them in them foolishness. And them talk and them action and belief. Them we put some things for where we believe it. And when we come know better, we still believe it. I'm telling you, we are West Indian. And we say, yes, we are West Indian. We are African. No, sir, where you talking about? I'm not Africa. Me never go to Africa yet. I mean, I want to go to Africa because people long there suffer and starve. You know, see, bang belly picking down there and flying at them mouth and all them something there. And them a kill one another down there. I don't want to go to Africa. I want to go to New York. And Miami. And London. And them places there attract West Indians. So when them go to England or here to the West Indian community. The West Indian community in England. You can't believe that? Or the West Indian community in Toronto. What a judgment from black people.
Keisha, last night you take your husband taxi, and even though the road...
This time I was reminding about the cultural event, August the 24th, this Saturday, at Flint and Kenny in Catherine.
Well, remind them. You remind
I tell Bash, I do that forward thing.
All right, blessed man.
Yeah, man. Marcus Garvey.
I see.
Black Power, yes.
Blessed Motor, yes.
Blessed
Yo, when me not tell you still about the exoneration march, right?
The what?
Me look, the Marcus Garvey exonerated march. Well, he was there.
Yeah.
Me look on it right now on DVD.
Which heroes there?
So when they get the permit, right?
No, wait. Make the people know where you're talking about. Which heroes there? And which...
All right, last year,
okay.
Heroes Day.
Yes.
We'd have a march for the exoneration of Marcus Garvey.
In Jamaica.
Jamaica, for them drop the charges.
Which one are the charges?
KSAC.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Well, KSAC and the government of Jamaica did have some charges for Marcus Garvey. Yeah, so we'll keep a march. Brother Miguel Larn, Big Stone, Africa Love, the whole of it. Come here, look on it right now on the video.
Yeah.
Well, police had come at the park and said, boy, we can't march from Mandela Park to Euro Circle. Right, so we have to jump in our vehicle and reach down there and thing and the band come. Well, the band have to leave because about 5 police vehicles hold it off. Them say, them have a thing up at the top there with the government, right?
And them no want to clash.
Yeah, and we can't have no PA system and nothing set up down here, so. But what happened now, some police come there and claim say the permit should have forward to one next superintendent, and the superintendent never forward that permit to another place, right? So when we did one thing, most government ministers them a pass through is when Sister P now see the gathering and stop, and she run out her vehicle. Let me tell you the truth, Buta, she stop, pass the people them, run out her vehicle and come back. Come meet Miguel Larn and Lance Shing and Big Stone them, right? And I said, what go on here? So and she had, the man explained to her and I tell her, I said, well, you want to see, we have a one thing, we want to drop the charge to Marcus Garvey and thing and Ray. That have about six police vehicles there, you know, so we can't keep it, you know. So when Sister P said, but for no thing now trouble our thing up there, so, and thing, so by the time she said so, we don't know which part the police them disappear. But I'll make you tell you, so them disappear motor. And them cut out, so we get a chance for that keep.
Continue the meeting.
Yeah, we keep it up a Euro circle now and thing, and 1 and 2 little people that come in and thing, and Babylon them chip out. Good. So we did have one of them march there, Euros there last year.
Yeah, well, we are call again for the exoneration of Marcus Garvey in Jamaica.
Yeah, and a charge with that we that demonstrate with that march for.
And them never, up to now, them still not do it. So we are talking about it again, that we have to make them know, say, we still remember to them have Marcus Garvey as a criminal, like America.
Well, we don't know where we're going still, because here what we know is our first national hero.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you the truth. The man is so powerful, like what you said, you know what? The prophet for the century. Yeah. I'm going to tell you the truth. The man is powerful because me, personal, last week Tuesday, me did a power with Dr. Julius Garvey. Many places me and him go. Me have it on tape. Right? I'm going to tell you, so the man is powerful. You see? Because remember in the motor, when Dr. Julius Garvey come here Tuesday, you know, remember so one hard rainfall Tuesday, you know. Actually, island-wide rain, you know, I remember said, nobody no flood out, nobody no dead, and them thing there.
So when you say a true Marcus Garvey Jr. there?
Apart of the powers, man.
Wait there, hold on. Where you say now? Say true Julius Garvey there, nobody no flood out and nobody no rain?
No, man, just
get practical and put the things in the reality thing. And nobody get on like a guzum business with that, you know.
No, well, let's see what the powers.
You know Marcus Garvey
Jr. You know.
Let's suppose you ever meet Marcus Garvey Jr. What you that say?
Well, me never meet him yet.
You want to meet Marcus Garvey Jr.?
Yeah.
Oh, you meet? Yeah, you want to meet.
Yes, him have the powers with him too.
What? No, me not talk about no powers to stop to make flood out, no, to make people not flood out. You know, me not talk about the word sound like him father.
Yeah.
I see him with him spit fire like him father. You understand? Me I tell you, trust me.
Yeah.
Him used to teach me, and him used to have him own political party in Jamaica. Trust me. Anyway, give thanks, brethren. But we're going to continue the sound still, you know, about the government to recognize them still have Marcus Garvey as a criminal in Jamaica.
Yes, I'm charged with KCC did have Panama some more charges, you know.
Parish Council thing. Yeah, man, give thanks, brethren.
I'm blessing me out.
Yes, we want the ones them know, say, the government of Jamaica still have Marcus Garvey as a criminal. The government of Jamaica still have Marcus Garvey as a criminal on the books, just like how the American government have Marcus Garvey as a criminal.
Marcus Garvey still a criminal in Jamaica.
Yeah.
The national hero. Not just what they them so them have started teach Marcus Garvey
yeah, well, them teach a criminal in Jamaica. Them teach what a criminal in Jamaica.
That don't make no sense at all.
Well, no make no sense.
How them fit go ahead with something like that and still have the man as a criminal, the national hero as a criminal? Me don't get that. So the other man.
So you don't believe me? You don't believe the brethren? You don't believe the brethren? You know, them say them have a march last year for exonerate Marcus Garvey.
Me believe.
But you just, it just overwhelm you. You can't believe it.
Hard to believe. Hard to comprehend.
Well, it's hard to believe. So me I wasted there.
It don't make no sense at all. A country, the first national hero.
Yeah, the most popular of the national.
Most popular one by far.
Yes, yeah.
The whole world recognize the man.
Yeah.
The man philosophy depend everybody are quoting from top to bottom.
Oh, you mean about 20 million people are for life?
And you tell me, say, in the land when born,
yeah,
we
have him as a criminal.
Hero. We are teaching philosophy in our school.
Yeah.
Is he a criminal?
Yeah.
So we are teaching people about criminality then.
No, not criminality. Then Jesus knows a criminal to man and people teach about criminal. So where we are saying now, we are saying now, we are make a call and appeal that the government look into this idea of Marcus Garvey as a criminal.
And they're looking to, we're supposed to demand so they correct that injustice right now.
Yeah, well,
and we're supposed to demand that.
The brethren, that tell us Miguel and everyone, Wolipa one did a march last year.
It needs to intensify.
From last year, of course, that we are saying now it needs to intensify. Actually.
Yeah, man.
Give thanks, brethren.
Yes, my brother.
I agree.
No man denomination.
The most adamant set of people in a Jamaica against African is Christian people. Believe you me. The most Jamaican people not really like you call them African, But you see the aggressiveness against African come mostly from Christian-minded people in a Jamaica. You think I joke me I make? I don't joke. I chew me attack. I don't know say I chew me attack, Or don't know say I chew me attack. Church-going people, Jamaican poor people, church-going people, black people, them prefer you tell them say them are West Indian. And as a Christian, them say them are West Indian. But as a Christian, them vex when you tell them say them are African. It's a deep thing that them get a group of people who them ancestors come from Africa. And them get a group of people in this time here for say them are not African. And believe it. How is that possible? What did they do psychologically, physiologically, to get a group of people to say them are not African? But them tell you say them are West Indian. What a terrible thing that. I mean, think on it, man. Our ancestors, our foreparents come from Africa and come over here, so. Right? So we have the DNA of Africans. But now, them put it in such a way that the very African them refuse to say them are African. And them take on to themselves a persona of something that do have no connection with them. Indian. Indian become a generic term for anybody who are not European. It's almost like, any indigenous people in the islands or places where colonized. Anywhere European colonized, them claim Indian. How did a group of people reach the stage where there is no connection in them mind, in them consciousness, for say them connected to them foreparents, especially if them take on to themselves this religion named Christianity. Most Jamaican black poor people in a Jamaica not tell you say them are African, especially when them are Christian. Them would have preferred say them are Christian. Christian do have no land. Most Christianity was based upon a thief. We go in a people and thief it. In the name of Jesus, them thief the land. Them bring we on here so in the name of Jesus. But these same people who was colonized, enslaved, whipped, murdered. And even today we see we are killer for one another. We are starve and we are suffer, but we still are suffer and a laugh. We still are dress up and a laugh. And we are slaves still and we are laugh. And we love the slavery. Harriet Tubman say, freed thousands of Africans, and I could have freed more if only they know they were slaves. She freed many slaves, but she could have freed more of them, only them know they were slaves. Right now, the slave them, you also don't even know to them is slaves still. Because them have no chain on them foot. Them feet say them are no slave. How did they get us? How did they get us to refuse ourselves to the point where we take unto ourselves every other thing? We are Caribbean people. We are Christian. We are Jamaican. We are West Indian. But you see the African it's like vomit in our mouth. When we say African, it's like we want vomit. Because we can't connect ourselves with that. In our own little ignorance, we can't realize how deep the brainwashing is. It's deep, Rasta. It's a deep thing, man. Me a drive come on in a car, man. And me a look on it and me a say, but wait, this is a deep thing, you know. You cannot imagine a cow now say moo. What you call him? Maybe cut out him tongue and him not say moo, but it's still a cow. If a cow born in a pig pen, he must still say moo. If a cow born in an aeroplane, he must still say moo. And it's something where him learn, and something where innately DNA connected to him. A cow is a cow is a cow. No matter where the cow there, it's still a cow. A cow not have to born in a cow pen to be a cow. A pig not have to born in a pig sty to be a pig. A pig is a pig is a pig. How the hell them get we? African people. If you come disclaim yourself. It's a deep thing, Rasta. A deep thing. But yes, the Rasta man come say, look, you know, whether you use a Methodist or a Presbyterian or an Anglican, use an African. How much people can stomach that? Yes, step in, cut in, step in, cut in, step in, cut in. Cut in. Yes,
Muta.
Yes.
Muta.
Yes, sir.
I want you to grant me a favor.
Yes, sir.
And the favor that I want from you, and you tell me how we can obtain it, the manifesto of Marcus Garvey.
The manifesto.
I remember you printed it. You printed it on Sunday Gleaner.
Me printed it on Sunday Gleaner?
Yeah, man. It came out in a Sunday Gleaner, man.
You just ask the Sunday Gleaner for it, man.
Hold on, let me find. Me want some article from you. You see, Dr. Ray that was out here on your program Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Me want tell me how me can get.
Go up on YouTube. It's where me
no, me not have that the technology there.
Wait now, man. And if you don't have it, you can find somebody who have it, man. Because I tell you the easiest way to get it now. Because it's the same night it will come over. Yeah. And the same night him put it on YouTube, you know. Yeah. So everything where we say. Last week, I'm going to tell everybody this now that them not come ask me again.
Yeah.
The program last week, they're on YouTube. All you have to do is put in Mutabaruka and Ray Higgins.
Ray Higgins.
August 23rd, now August 2013. And you see the whole of the talking where we talk about.
Yeah, man.
So, you see, you know, who don't have the don't have the technology, you must know somebody with the technology.
Yeah, man, me daughter.
Computer. Yeah, all you have to do. Go to YouTube and put in Mutabaruka and Ray again. And you see the thing where me and him talk about, everything where me and him talk about upon it.
Yeah. Yes.
All right?
You're not shop again,
no shop again. But when me I try to listen now, the YouTube is the best place to find most of the things them.
About you?
About me?
Yeah. You know me mean with the thing them when you talk.
Man. You don't know who I do it. Somebody in the world, when me talk like if me talk something tonight, tomorrow morning you see it on YouTube. Trust me.
Because all one time you Sister Charlotte, you remember that?
That easy to get, man. You go up on YouTube, you get that, man. Without even me night. Just she alone.
So you know one day you not talk about you want one shop, man. Me can't help you.
No, me the shop uptown. No, you have shop uptown?
Downtown, man, Church Street.
You have a shop down Church Street?
Yeah, man. Then the whole Indian man locked down right in front of Water Commission, the man. Yeah, some nice places, some nice.
You have
shop,
it.
Man.
You have you.
No. Me know the people that have it.
Me think you have the shop.
No, me have it. Me give free, but me not rent it, man.
Oh, you serious?
Yeah, man. If I had it.
Oh, if you add it, so you said the add me can't take it out.
Yes.
I know add you add no subtract, you subtract.
Me want. You know, in Eastwood Park Garden one time.
Yeah, Eastwood Park. What we not there? A long time not there, man.
Yeah,
12 years
but a long time I was listening to business.
Yeah, but when I say no, everything when me say at night time, the next day me look by YouTube. It's a version of mine tell me say that it go on, I never know, you know.
Yeah.
Say Muta, you know say everything what you say.
August.
They on YouTube.
Yes.
But we go so boom me see it, yeah.
You see all when you talk about the Bible writing and the King James version from that family in Rome.
Yeah.
But you know that them transfer the African brain out of the African head and put European brain in it. Because when you talk of some serious thing, you know.
But I know every Europe. Hey, watch out. If we did have European brain, would I be more intelligent?
No matter with that.
No, listen to me, I say no. You say them take out the African brain and put European brain. May I tell you, say?
That's the thinking, them do.
If them take out the African brain and put European brain in there, would I think like them and they would have know, say, where them I say no go so?
Yeah.
That is what me I said. Where if we did put have European brain in there, we would have known, say, all of them things there is lie. I only part thing them I tell you is lie.
And let me bring something to your attention. The Marcus Garvey prison was not a criminal offense, it was a suing matter. When the American man come down here and sue him and want to take away Eloise Park, you know. And on a criminal offense him commit. The government of Jamaica don't have a charge him went, a debtor's jail him went to a Spanish town. Debtor's jail, not a criminal offense. Because if there was a criminal offense against him, he would have been exonerated from before he became national hero.
No, sir.
No, man, a criminal offense not against him, man, a criminal charge.
Let me ask you a question. Them exonerate Paul Bogle?
Paul Bogle never got prison.
Paul Bogle was a criminal?
No, sir.
What do you mean no?
Then
why them hang him? Then why them hang him?
Then no carry Erie, then no hang Erie.
No, wait no man. Why them hang Paul Bogle?
Because them claims them commit sedition.
Then he was a criminal.
All right.
He was a criminal.
He tried and found guilty.
Sam Sharp now was criminal too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, all right.
So most of the national hero, they were criminal?
Yes.
All right, sir.
All right,
so why you look all the criminal them out there who know, say, if you do certain things in a Jamaica for benefit Jamaican people, maybe 100 years from now, you is what? A national hero.
Hero, then all the good man, when he... Jomo Kenyatta,
the most criminal.
Yes, and
5 years ago, 5 years ago, Nelson Mandela was seen as a terrorist, technically by the American government. Them have the ANC, the organization.
As a terrorist organization.
It was 5 years ago, you know. Me talk about 5 years ago.
Yeah, me know. Hold on. He addressed the giant American Congress and the Senate, while he was regarded as a terrorist.
As a terrorist. You can't imagine that? I think the first terrorists were addressed to you.
The joint session of Congress. And he got the House of Commons and addressed it while he was a terrorist.
While he was a terrorist. You can't believe that.
The man, them double cross, you know, because you know, the overthrow of the Iranian president in 1953, the CIA organized it and had him and denied it. Yesterday, they decided to acknowledge, say yes, they played a role in the overthrow of this
well, remember, so when it play a tape with Farrakhan and name out all of the countries them where America going now.
Yes, and destabilize and
including Jamaica.
Including Jamaica.
Yes, Bridget. Give thanks, man.
Yes, man. You're my program, man.
All right, sir.
Every time.
Yes, it's a serious thing. We are talking about something away. I tell you, I drive and me perplex and me try. Me don't know if my brains can't fathom this idea of how them get into our brains and just put some machine in there and just dig out something out tight and take out something and then now just put in something back in there. So And for them, reality become our reality. For them, illusion become our reality. Because most of the things where them have we for believe, them not believe them something there. Because now, you can't go tell no European say the world flat. Yet still for them forefathers, they believe that. You can't go tell. There's certain things that Europeans used to do. Man, me can't tell you some things where Europeans, they take the whole night to tell you some things where Europeans used to do. Where them kill people for. Where me would call it out of ignorance because them never know. But what them did believe in a them days there, in a way they call the dark ages in Europe, medieval ages in Europe, where them used to kill people for. If you ever know where Europeans used to kill Europeans for, and the belief of where them used to kill Europeans for, you'd have wonder if it's that same Europe now I come tell you this and I tell you that. It's a serious thing. Cutting. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, blessed.
Ja, Rastafari. First time on the eye program, you know.
Hey,
what? Yeah, man. Until you say, it's the new generator for Africa, the Sahara Desert.
The new generator.
Up on a world tour. Right? In our day. Enough people don't even know them thing there. And so I go on, you know.
You go up on a world tour, you say?
No, man, the Sahara.
Okay.
The Sahara Desert.
Yes.
Go up on a world tour and pass on your way there to, you know.
Well, I am not telling them that. I never see no breeze that blow hard, man. I never tell you to go get hot.
Yeah, man, the dust there, man. The dust there, man.
I never know, sir, because I look out for it, I play some music.
Yeah, man, the dust there, man, because during the weekend, the place is kind of easy. Enough people don't even say I know where I'm going.
Well, me did I look out for it and never look no different to me at all.
Yeah, man, it's there, man.
Okay.
But right now, I want to make the old Jamaican know say, it's all of the thief them, and the robber them, and the murderer them. We are catch the whole of them in a one catch, you know. Right now, the Jamaican people them just look out for the great shake, you know. Because the island of Jamaica going redesign. And we are get rid of all of the thief and the murderer them, the whole of them were in a government. We have the people them under the new slavery.
So want the man them will shut up people and cut off people.
All of them, man. All of them will get rid of the whole of them, man. The whole of them will get rid of one catch. We will get rid of the whole of them.
Tell me how you going to do it. How you going to do it?
I know how you going to do it.
Oh, okay, I know you are going to do it. Okay.
The Almighty, Rastafari himself, I got to organize that in a motor.
You talk about some divine intervention.
You know about.
So you're about to a friend, man. You're about to a good friend, man.
Nah, man, no kind of bunting, man.
Then the same thing, man. Then the same thing. No, then him now look for divine intervention, too, man.
Him can't go and play fool, man. Them a play fool for catch wise. Them a play fool for catch wise in a motor. No, remember me tell you, you know. Right I know the people, you know, so I go on with all the minimum wage people, them raise bus fare and them not raise the people, them pay. You saw me I say?
Yeah.
So me I say motor. Right now, I get rid of the whole of them, man. Because the whole of them are thief and murderer and robber.
Alright.
And you know. Yeah, man, we have to get rid of them, man. Right now, the people them just look out for the redesign, you know. Yeah, man, Jamaica will take a new shape.
Give me a little idea of the new shape where you're talking about. Give me a little idea, a little hint. Because you say we, you know, so give me a little hint.
A Rastafari thing in a motor.
Yeah, me know, but why give me a little hint? Because it sounds like it's a Christian thing you bring down for me.
No, man, okay, a Christian thing, motor,
Hold on. Is it the same thing where you are say Rastafari you going to do? Or the same thing the Christian them say Jesus are going to do, you know? You never hear the Christian them say, all the wickedness where they are so. God are going to come and just burn up all the wicked them and just redesign the earth. New Jerusalem and take up all the good people them in the sky. You never hear them preach to them and say that.
No, well, a different thing that you know. We have a pine and a sky thing, you know.
No, me know, but
a pine and a sky thing, you know.
No, but it sounds like a pine and sky when you say Rastafari I got redesign the earth, redesign Jamaica.
Man, a serious thing, me I tell you, man.
All right, man, I say no serious thing. I say it sounds same way like the Christian them.
No, man, I don't see him like no Christian, man.
All right. I just different name I use. I just different name I use, man.
And I know different name thing, man. A serious thing, me I tell you.
I never say no serious thing. I say a different name I use for the same thing.
Yeah, man, but it's the new generator. Because the Sahara, you know, the Sahara Desert will be the new generator for
Earth.
For pump Africa,
generation, for energy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So me I say.
All right, sir.
So it's a world tour the way it go on.
Yes.
It's a world tour that go on.
Yeah.
It's the beginning of the end of Babylon system, you know, and them don't even see it and don't even know what go on, you know.
All right.
Remember me tell you, man.
All right, sir. Give thanks, brethren.
Yeah, man. Blessed.
Give thanks. Yes.
Isis.
By the way, they said the earth are going to end the 17th of August. Will they tell you that? Yeah, they said the earth are going to end the 17th of August. Or the world, I should I say.
Thank you where you come from. As long as you're a black man, you're an African.
Teenage.
That's another man who gets caught in the confusion. Because the Master Rastafari don't realize that the same thing.
The same thing. That was different name in my you. Yeah.
Well, I hear asked earlier how we get in the position we're in right now, where we are.
Yeah, that we so deep into the lie.
And the same religion cause the problem doing now.
Yeah, well, we see that too.
You know that now the people
Yeah, the religion cause it.
The first thing they do when you start to become a Christian, they tell you must put aside your thinking and pray to God and make God teach you how to think. Now, as a little youth from long time, you used to wonder, how come when me I think, I'm going to go back to them and tell them what I think. Them say, boy, me never pray hard enough. Because I still tell them the wrong thing.
Yeah.
And when I ask certain questions, I not ask a question because I go too far in God
business.
So I say that God business is not my business.
Yeah.
You say God make me, so how come see me business and not my business?
And you can't ask God no question.
You can't ask that, but the
and your father. And your father, you're not supposed to ask him no question.
You know, I feel in business and not my business.
Yeah. That's
and that is how them can you. Because once I'm going to tell them must put aside your own thinking.
Yeah.
I begin to start brainwash you.
Yeah, man.
Have to.
But me want to know how them. All right. Even though when I talk about it, I think on it when I talk about it. You know, the terminology West Indian and the terminology African. Mm-hmm. Most Jamaican would prefer to say them is West Indian than say them is African.
Yeah, man.
So the total disconnect is so deep. That
religion, because like
you have to need a psychologist or a psychiatrist to tell me.
The same religion because just like you said earlier, them prefer you say them a Christian than them a African.
Yes. Yeah.
Understand?
And Christian have no country.
Indian, but not them no African.
And Christian have no country.
No, but you see, that's the whole thing. That's how they take you away from your country. And but you say if you don't accept that, then they can't work. Them can't have you. I believe the lie.
Yes.
If you don't open your mind to what I tell you.
Yes.
And put aside where you know.
Where you know. And believe where them why you believe.
And believe.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, indeed, man.
And then them say believe kill and cure.
Yes, which is that
but
no fit
kill and do all away.
Yeah, it's not cure nobody right now. It's supposed to cure somebody and kill somebody, but it kill everybody.
If when it cure it be the right man, the world a better man.
No, I tell you, I seriously believe kill and believe cure when they kill the
every war in the world is religion behind it.
Yeah, man.
There's no atheist or non-believer will go to create no war.
No, sir.
Every war is a religion.
Yeah, man, religious people. Yeah, especially Christian.
All them people.
Yeah, but it's Christian. Most of the wars that have been fought in the world were fought by Christian believers.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But then them have all holy war.
Well, that them a fight now.
Them have all holy war.
Why you think I go on in Palestine as well now? Why you think, your Bush, when they go invade Iraq, is a war between what them call the Crusaders versus the Islam, you know.
When they were going to Iraq, there was 3 Christian men come on TV, VB and what did I want name?
Yeah, me know
we
we
are
are
not the top Christian man.
Yeah, man, me know we are talk. Me know we are talk, man.
Come on TV, and they were telling people that they must free the Americans and their allies because they are going to take on Babylon.
Yes. Yeah, because
And
Babylon was in Iraq.
Babylon, them are conquer now.
Them did in Iraq. Babylon in Iraq.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember I watched it on TV. 3 of these TV evangelists came on and were asking the world to pray for the crew because they were take on the modern day Babylonia.
I remember say when the Italian did attack Ethiopia, you know, the Pope blessed the bomb them, you know. Me see picture of that, you know, me talk about video of the Pope stand up over the bomb them and I bless them, you know. Yeah, man, them have that video there, you know.
We believe that, man.
Yeah, man, them have that video the rest of the Pope stand up over the bomb them and I bless the bomb them to go kill the Ethiopian them. What the hell is that?
Religious people are warmongers.
Me I
Even
tell
in
you.
Jamaica, me hear church man from him pulpit attack Jamaica, so the policeman, they must do hardcore policing. Hardcore policing means they go kill half as much youth as they can kill half.
Yeah.
And it's a Christian.
Well, and them tell us we go burn up in a hell and burn up in a fire for 1,000 years. Them did tell you that for a long time, you know. Bottomless pit.
Violent people on the planet.
Yeah, that them that tell you violent people, man. Violent. Anyway,
Like
give thanks.
you can't blame them because the first warfare we hear about the one that the Bible is between heaven.
Yeah,
It's very
war broke
complicated.
out in heaven.
In that heaven, war broke out in there.
Oh, you mean, I tell you, man, that serious place that the war broke out in heaven,
People
man.
ever would have turned war they with them.
Me I tell you, all in that place was supposed to be quiet.
The most peaceful place on earth, where everybody aspire to go.
Yeah, war broke out and
The
still
only
up
way
there
there's
now.
no more war broke out in there when they go back up.
It's cheap. Oh, you mean, if me up there war, I go fight. Anyway, give thanks, Bridget. Give thanks.
You tell somebody,
Right. Yeah, man, me I tell you. Cutting edge. Blessed man.
Man, first time caller, long time listener though.
Your first time call, I getting at the night, yeah.
A long time listener, grew up on it.
All right,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah, man. Yeah, one little question. Malibu, what the meaning of Malibu for Marcus Garvey?
Oh, teacher, I think teacher, them call it.
Teacher, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I think it's
I was
teacher.
here and I really know what I mean of that still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that you don't know, Irie.
No, and not only that still.
Okay.
Yeah. No, let's talk about Dr. Ray Higgins still.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like in philosophy, why man? As me and my sister is the other day, and me I tell her, I say, watch if you don't download something, listen to him cause I like your philosophy. And me say to her, my truth, he might talk my truth, so me can't really say somebody else's truth.
Yeah.
And it's my truth, because enough I think them say I saw me see it over the years.
So she downloaded for you?
No, she don't get to it yet.
Okay.
But she work on it.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
She a what?
Cause
She a
it-
Rasta, she a Christian, how it go?
My sister? No, she not really a Christian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's a whole heap of things that you can download.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I even, for instance, me never get to come in Sunday, but taking the program still.
Yes.
And
But him
the
never did
party-
come on the radio. Him did that come on the radio?
Sunday? Yeah, man.
When did I say the dep on the radio?
Yeah, man, I did that on the radio, man.
Oh, me never know. Me think say that part
Yeah, man.
the radio did lock off done.
No, man, after him finish the program come off of the radio.
Okay, yeah.
About 2 o'clock, yeah.
Yeah, cause 1 o'clock him start. Yeah, me never
Yeah,
know.
2 o'clock.
Then I said, but wait. It look like the part and now come over the radio.
No, man, come over the radio, man.
All right, give thanks, man. Give thanks.
Yeah, man. I wish some of the Christians in the woman to listen.
Then who tells you they never the woman and listen? Oh, yeah, so man.
Well, you know, most of them are Sunday, so
Hey,
them
watch your
time,
man.
most of them, well, some workers eat their one, but most are what they have them church.
Let me tell you something. You have more Christian that listen to the program here than atheists, than people who don't believe, than Rasta. Yeah. You have more Christian that listen to the program than Rasta, you know, trust me. They tell me about them up on road, them a pray for me hard. Yeah, man.
Yeah, because them love talk about pray for, and I may always keep on telling them, man, the amount of year now, me 35 now, and I grew up come see them I pray. And the only words me can see, so I don't know what them pray do.
Yeah, that get worse. Things are get
For instance, in Jamaica, every year we hear them have one thing that they call breakfast prayer.
Yeah,
and every year them tell us say more murder go on.
Yeah, when them
and all of the big deacon and pastors and all of them did it. So why it for?
Yeah, well, just we make people think like the thing at work, but it not work. Anyway, we have to move doing our brethren. We have to move here.
All right, give thanks. Best said.
Yeah. You know, so the time is 12 o'clock. Yes.
Brothers and sisters, this is Chalice. Join us with respect for our national anthem. Let us stand and defend this one. Peace and love. Thank you. Eternal Father, bless our land. Guide us with thy mighty hand. Keep us free from evil powers. Do defend us. Grant true wisdom from above. Justice. Truth. Be ours forever. Jamaica, land we love. Jamaica. Jamaica. Jamaica, land we love.
When the time comes to talk to the right person, I no credit, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, last week with Dr. Ray.
Okay.
First, I have two questions, right? First, the swastika.
The swastika, yes.
Yes.
It's African symbol, you know.
After we go to church, I come back. The next day, I went on the computer did some research and see. I saw some of my co-workers, and I never knew that. So, that's I just share it, you get me?
Yeah, but you see, you have to know, say, it's mythology, them then there's not no real thing I go around the corner, that's all. Yeah, man. Give thanks, man, yes. Yeah, the brethren are doing research, man. We love that. We love how the program make people go into certain things, you know. Yes, where them never usually go into. Yes. That's where them talk, them have power. You understand?
I see her floating lazily through the market like a butterfly. Oh yeah, I won't forget the day the sun came shining in. Hey now, oh yeah, just like the dawn, bringing in the rays for that sunshine.
The people them need to grasp where I say more. In other words, we need more reasoning and teaching to the people them before we can actually make that political move, because it's usually you can make and now preach Jesus and I talk about Africa. That is the point.
They are ready. And as you know, we have been doing our field work, and you, one of the strong soldiers that is out there, should be seeing it by now. When you look at what is happening, how the whole thing is transforming itself. Look at the music. The music is slowly coming full circle. Consciousness lyrics again. Sister Africa, just out of one incident, she has now released a new song condemning the system, the hypocrisy of the system, because the Constitution gave her freedom of speech, freedom of expression, and now you're trying to muzzle her because you want to put forward your little itinerary program to create Jamaica. When we look at what has happened in the past, and we see it happening, in the past, and we see it happening. In 1959, the sugar company, the West Indies Sugar Company, gave equally to both parties in the 1959 election. Fast forward to 2011, and we see the Scotiabank giving $10 million to both political parties. Because both parties, whoever win, they are there to uphold the status quo of these great companies that control the economy, and by the extension, they control what takes place within the Jamaican whole landscape in the education system. This is why, you know, I said this to a brother the other day, and him did a class of about 40. Everybody else was average and above average. Today, now, young love, one bright student in a class of 30. So it had come full circle because the destruction of the education system, that all the youths that are graduating now are not graduating at a literate level. And this is where Mr. Garvey said, education is not only what you get inside the classroom, but what you get outside. And this is where the great Mutabaruka come in, by passing on this education to the youth, them that they can now start to doing their research. And we are talking about tertiary research because we're at tertiary level. And coming to their own self-actualization. As it is food, the land. So we have to get the people now onto the land again and start producing. And we don't have to go back and tell them what the Monsanto and these companies are doing with the seeds and the GMO products to kill out people. We know they're still practicing dysgenics and eugenics to get rid of certain population that they're saying is working against what they are for. So we come to the point where political power at all levels is what we must pursue. And it was great talking to NCOA to coincide with the political power that they have. Because the political power is being neutralized when you don't control the economy.
Yeah, well, land is always the basis of power. If you don't have any land, you don't have any power.
That is so.
So if you have a political, that's why we come back round to where I say that we understand how important the political power is, but if the people them is not in tune to themselves, them African self, the idea of transforming a group of people from a two-party system where hold them under subjugation for 40 or 70 years, it's really something else. Yeah.
Look at the irony. We inherit the Westminster system, and this system says the group with the largest support will not voted, which is 52%.
Yeah, well, it's a group with the largest percentage. Yeah, well, it's a group with the largest percentage that vote them attack. You know.
Organized.
It's not the one them who
the
don't
vote. Yes, yeah. And this is where we are saying now, organized, as Marcus Garvey said, one of the greatest weapons against black people is disorganization. So what we need to do is to organize that 52% to come out and support the Marcus Garvey People's Political Party to become the group with the largest support, hence the political power. With political power, we know everything else will fall in place. We will straighten out the economics. We will straighten out religion, because religion is the thing that has been kept the people apart. It is so we can get enough information out there to the people. Because on Sunday, I know we reach over 200,000 people easily on Sunday. We are looking.
What happened on Sunday?
On Sunday, when we had Dr. Higgins on the radio, you're looking. He's speaking to 200,000 people.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
You see, the message is there. So.
Yeah, but how much out of those 200 people take it serious?
Well, the previous caller before me, just look at that inquiring mind now, and you can see that he is from a Christian background. And if he is listening intently, and it has motivated him now to do his he heard, this is the route that we have to take. And we know that it is happening. And to reinforce what you said earlier, when the students are ready, the teachers will appear. And Dr. Higgins has been around for 40 odd years teaching.
Well, at 20 years, him say, he was a Christian and tell people them life for 20 odd years.
Teaching, yes, that's what I'm saying. He has been teaching for that period. But he became ready, self-actualized, and is now on the path. So the same thing with my little brother that might be still in the church. Hearing the word, just as Dr. Higgins heard the word Horus, and that stimulated his thought that he could have gone and done research.
Yes,
we are looking now, out of that 200,000 people that the word had been touched. Let us say 10%. That's 20,000 people. And by attrition, if those that 10% pass on the word, because you know when you read.
Well, I want to tell you, say more people than that listen to this program every Wednesday in the middle night, much less in the day, but more people, more than 20,000 people are listening to this program every night.
All right, and
every
now
Wednesday
when
night.
we look at 3.5 years, 52 weeks in the year, and we're looking at 100 and odd programs to touch the people, reinforce the lecture. And she asked me, say, listen, I need you to get some books so that I can read more, because I didn't do any history in school. She studied medicine.
Yeah.
And I said to her, well, definitely the books are here, and I recommend some books to her. So the people are at the point now that they are ready for the information, very receptive. It is for us now to start in a very organized way. And, you know, we get this from His Imperial Majesty when he said organized and centralized. And the Right Excellent Marcus Mosiah Garvey also gave us that initiative to say, organize yourself.
Yeah.
When we put that structure together, in 3.5 years, we can be converting the African consciousness to political power.
Yeah, man, I agree with you still. Give thanks.
Blessed love.
We walk to jazz. Great men of color. 100 facts about the Negro race.
Okay.
And sex and race. All of these books were written by J.E. Rogers. Then, when you find them book there and you start to read them, then now you call me again and let me tell you some more book. Where you do have to go to no Chinese, no Indian to come tell you all of these things. Yeah.
All right, we get that still, Muta. I have another question though.
Well, you never asked me no question, you know, you tell me about some Chinese, we tell you about African
that
history.
was the first one still. But
so when tell you about Kemet?
But who?
Kemet.
No, I never said
when tell you about the Dogon, when tell you about the Dogon people?
I guess you don't know no.
When tell you about the Moors?
Nothing.
That slavery I tell you about.
Yeah.
When slavery and African history. Yeah, mama.
Traditionally we're a Christian country.
Yes.
And recently, as I tell you, a year and a half ago, as I turned 30, everything, I was at a fork. I didn't know where to go.
Again, yes.
Yeah. So, growing up as a Christian, and now realizing that don't make no sense, it just feel guilty to turn away from Jesus. I mean, I support God 100%, but the Jesus thing, I can't get into.
Yes.
So what do you suggest?
What is the question?
What do you suggest to get away from the whole Christianity thing? It's not a support to me.
You don't see it as a support?
Not at all.
All right.
I can't believe it. Based on the Bible, I can't follow the whole Christian thing.
All right, no. That's why I tell you now, say, you need figure. Christianity is, talk about God, you know. You have other disciplines that talk about God that don't include Jesus in it. So if it's Jesus you're afraid of, well, you have African spirituality, you have different ideas and concepts of God that don't connect to Jesus. Which
all right, as an African nation then,
yes,
who would you say is our God?
Our God, all right, you see me now, Mutabaruka you say you talk about, I Selassie me work with, you know. I Selassie me work with.
Yeah, but you can't see that either.
No, we're not.
Way after creation, you know?
Yeah, listen to what I say now. You hear me say? Me say, Mutabaruka. Me never tell you for go work with it, you know.
Yeah, I understand.
All right, so you can't accept that. So I say to you now that there is other things that is not maybe Rasta, that maybe not even Christian. Because there's so much, you know what I'm saying? There's so much leaves, but it's one tree, so much river, but it's one sea.
That's what I said. Go back to the roots.
Yeah,
what was our God? Who was our God?
No, but no, you can't look for our God. Our God is a concept. Our God is a concept, you know. So you have different concepts of God in Africa. If you want to talk about the root now, you talk about the sun in the sky. If that you really want to go back to, but then you could all negate that too.
Okay.
If I tell you about the sun, you could have said, but you can't worship the sun. Because no, you don't worship Jesus already, so you couldn't go really look on the sun and go worship the sun. Yet still that is the root of the whole thing. The root of the whole thing, you know, is the sun never exists, him wouldn't exist neither. So him give praises to the sun, because the sun is the source of him life. The sun is the source of all energy. If it wasn't for the sun, none of it would not exist on the earth. The concept of Jesus Christ come from the idea of the sun. Most of the attributes that them give Jesus, you know, it come off of the sun in the sky, you know. It coming from Egyptian mythology, it coming from Iranian mythology, Babylonian mythology, Sumerian mythology, all of these things. So it's a matter of go investigate and find out for yourself, and then look into yourself and see where you can deal with that really relate to your conscience and your consciousness. And I see it. So to Jesus is relating to the sun. The 25th of December. You think that Jesus Christ is born on the 25th of December?
I don't think so still.
So which part you think them get the 25th of December from?
I have no idea.
All right. Well, it's that much you know. Say it is good that if you go investigate and you go realize how intricately devious them put certain things to you about Jesus Christ, and it relate to the sun. Amen. Where do you think amen come from?
Don't know either.
Amen is the God Aman-Ra, which is the sun. So every time you hear a Christian say a prayer, let him say amen, him still relate to the sun in the sky.
Okay.
3D God, them say Jesus Christ dead in 3D and was a virgin birth. Where do them get the Trinity from? Them get the Trinity from a mythology in Egypt, Horus, Isis, and Osiris. All of these things is related to Egyptian mythology, which related to the sun. All the Christian concept of Jesus Christ can trace back to something relating to the sun.
Okay.
So all you have to do now is go find out when I say it's true by looking on the origin of the sun and how the relationship between Jesus Christ's attributes in relationship to Egyptian mythology. You can find them things on the internet, you know. If you go and just Google it, just Google Egyptian mythology as it relates to the sun in the sky. And what if a question? You still there the fact, though. All we ask, you know, still there the fact.
No, well, you know, so I read and I have a couple questions. So since I'm here, I might just ask you.
Wait. Try find a book named The Book They Don't Want You to Read.
The book they don't want you to read.
Yes.
All right. But this question now is, well, let me explain first. God was upset by the fact that the angels, the Son of God,
the God in the Bible,
right?
Yeah. You know, I'm more than one God in the Bible. I'm more than one God in the Bible, you know.
Boy, I think may I relate more to Yahweh.
Okay, yeah.
Right. So the sons of God, I would assume that's the angels because
the sons of God.
Sense, were intrigued by the human women, the
sons of God.
The Christians think that the Virgin Mary was, I don't know how to put it, but
it was given. Look, I tell you, all right, there's a man named, all right, Christianity have it, the philosophy of Christianity come out of Rome, you know.
Right.
There was a man named Constantine. In order for
David.
You ever hear about Constantine?
David Constantine. I think.
All right. The Emperor Constantine. What happened is that there was so much different factions of Christianity around the place in Rome that him decides, say, look here, we need to come to an understanding about this Christian thing. So he call a group of bishops. This is written in a book named The Council of Nicaea. Hello? Yeah, him say, look here now, we need to come to an understanding, one understanding about this idea of Jesus. So him gather a group of bishops. And him gather in the group of bishops, what we allow them to do is vote for certain things that will be the dogma of Christianity.
That's not the same person as King James, is it?
No, King James. No, King James is a man who translate the Bible. Me talk about the man now who make what you believe in about Jesus be the thing where you're supposed to believe in about Jesus.
Okay.
This man, Emperor Constantine, sit down in a council with some bishop and decide where you must believe about Jesus Christ. You understand? So most of the dogmas them in the church right now is Romans sit down and structure it and organize it. It will have nothing to do with no history about how come is it that people kill people and kill themselves for this religion. This is the main religion in the Western world. So if we really want to get a clear picture of how what you believe in is what them want you to believe, you have to go back in a European history and see how them structure Christianity to make you actually believe. Most of the things them where you believe in about Christianity now is what them make you believe in. It don't have nothing to do with yourself. You have to go look pan, and it's easier now to find out them things here. It's easier to find out them things here. You Google anything now you get it. If you study the origin of the Roman Catholic Church, and you study Greek mythology, and you study Egyptian mythology, and we can't even tell you about some other mythologies too. But if you study all of them mythologies there, you will see the connection between the attributes that they give to Jesus and the attributes that supposed to be Jesus. It's weird. And you see the characteristic of stories that even Buddha where you hear all of people deal with in China and Japan and these places for Jesus. And people claim that a lot of the attributes that Jesus supposed to have been possessed with was taken from Buddhist traditions. This is not a joke business, because the Buddhist tradition is much older, maybe 500 years older than Christianity. And a lot of the things them that they claim to be the attributes of Jesus can be found in Christianity. And we're not saying because of that it comes from it. Not because something is similar, it comes from each other. But we are saying that it can be a coincidence that all of the things them that they claim about Jesus can be found in ancient mythologies. Everything, characteristically. that define Jesus that is not found in other ancient texts, traditions, and mythologies. Tell anybody say Mutabaruka say that. There is nothing, no characteristic that is found in Jesus that was not found in other nations before Jesus that prevailed. Zoroastrianism, like the Sumerians, the Kemetic, all of them was before Jesus. All they did, all the writers who wrote the Bible did, was to transport and to gather in something and call it Jesus. All of the attributes of Jesus was brought over into Christianity by the writers who knew of these mythologies, because Greek and Roman mythology is what prevailed in that time. And you have Greek mythology, Roman mythology come out of Greek mythology. Just like how we have Britain colonizing Jamaica, and most of the things that we hold fast to is British. The system of government is British. The way that we consider our outlook on life, our cultural perspective manifestation is mostly British. So Britain rule and the colonizers learn from that. The language that the colonizers bring is what we speak. When it was called now like America. So the language that the people speak was Greek. And the thinking of the people was Greek. So the mythologies is where all the people them, even in Jerusalem, even in them place there. And when you look on after Greek, the Roman them come, and the European them come and devastate Jerusalem and devastate all over them part of the world. And where we know, say, a lot of the things them that was in Egypt, them take away and carry go to Europe. When we look on Christianity as we know it today, Christianity as we know it today is Greco-Roman philosophy. It had nothing to do with no man who stand up 2,000 years ago. It don't have nothing to do with that. It have some navigating himself between a group of people who did hold fast to a certain kind of thinking and a group of people who hold fast to a next kind of thinking in a film country. So what they have to do is connect the two of them to bring about a cohesive Roman Empire. Because if he never do that, it's terrible. And that is where he was good. That is what he did. He bring a cohesive Roman Empire by fusing a kind of Middle Eastern tradition with him kind of tradition. And then that is how we get now what we now call Christian belief in the name of this man where them call Jesus Christ. All of the stories them, every story in the Bible about Jesus. The miracles, the raising of the dead, when him born, the raising from the dead 2,000 years ago. The stories about Jesus Christ, a man that performed miracles. There was many men in those days that was said was performing miracles, walking around the place and performing miracles. The only reason why Jesus Christ becomes such a great entity in Western world, because the people them who manipulated at the power structure decide and define the religion and the political ideology of the people. So Britain controls Jamaica, so it's democracy and Christianity that define Jamaican people. In the world at that time, when we say the world, at the Western world, Rome defined the political thing. I mean, there's no way a man can show me one something in the Bible about Jesus where it's not attributed to some person or people who live hundreds of years before that story. There's every story from the beginning of his birth, from the so-called virgin birth, to the idea of him dead and raised from the dead. Those stories are ancient stories. This is the new way of saying things. Christianity is the last point of reference to mythologies. It's just that now the people them who have power control that mythology and make it become what we call now a living lie. So the reality of Christianity is based upon who have the power to perpetuate them going to put that inside of you. And from them time there until now, that is why Christianity is the main religion in the Western world, because its power beside that. It's not poor people. It's not the majority of people. It's the aristocrat, the emperors, the counselors, the bishops, the popes, all of them sit down anywhere them sit down and decide where poor people must believe in her. And if you don't believe in her, that, them cut off your head. In France, them put you on a guillotine. In England, them burn you to death. Certain other places, them chop off your neck. So we have to recognize that. We have to recognize that for what it is. There's no doubt about, I have no doubt about what I say. No, that manipulate history and created a concept and an idea that had nothing to do with we and have nothing to do with no truth. There's no truth about what them saying, because that philosophy was there hundreds of years before them come up with it. So what we need to do? We need to go back to the root. We need to go to the root of the thing. The root of the thing will justify itself in our history. Because that, what them teach we, don't put we in history. We can't see ourselves in our history when we read them something there. As a matter of fact, we alienate ourselves. We call ourselves sinners. We call ourselves all sorts of things other than great men of color. And that is really where the man said to it, J.A. Rogers, great man put to me by some people. And the other day we had a discussion on the next radio station about something that an Irishman said, that he must say by the year 19, sorry, I keep saying 19, in the year 20, must be 40 or something, 2060, I don't remember, somewhere down there, so him said there'll be more atheists in Jamaica, because the more the people them come out of them poverty and have material wealth and more informed, them will move out of this Christian, well, him say God still, God, all right. Some of the questions them people put to me, I just want to say some of them I saw, because people always come to me and ask me exactly where to find it, but I know so where I say, it's so it go. All right. You know, so we hear about 30 pieces of silver. Oh, let me hear about 30 pieces of silver. Judas sell Jesus with 30 pieces of silver. So we get this idea that 30 pieces of silver was given to a man to identify a man who everybody could have identify. It's a weird thing, you know, because the story I tell you say, Judas said that his garden and the soldier them stood up out there and say, it's the man where I kiss, is his name Jesus. Yet still, that man did walk up and down the wall of Jerusalem. Attack where him attack. There was no need to kiss him. But anyway, them say them give Judas 30 pieces of silver. Well, I have a news for you, so. Silver was not used as currency in a them time then. Silver was not used as currency in those times. There was no... Say, when Judas realized what him doing, go hang himself. Yet still one part, I think it's Matthew. Somewhere in Matthew tell you say, Judas go hang himself. Yet still in a Acts, it tell you say, him drop somewhere and him bust up him body. Him bust open. Can you believe that everything? Judas' body bust open in a Acts 1. In a Acts 1, it tell you say Judas' body bust open. But in a Matthew, it tell you say him hang himself. Now the problem with him hanging himself and it bust open, you have to try to figure out now who you must believe, Matthew or the man who write Acts. But then here it come problematic, because it say when Jesus appear, when him appear, it's a weird thing. If you don't believe it, go read it, go read it. Look here, man. Judas, in a one part of the Bible, there is a Judas hang himself. Macho, somewhere in a macho. You have to go, you have to go read the whole about it. What start from like 27 and read go down, maybe. You will see it. And in Acts chapter 1, start from chapter 1 and read go down, right? It's a Judas body. Judas fall down somewhere and him bust open, him body bust open. How much people know that? I bet everybody knows him hang himself, but nobody now knows that in the Bible it tells us Judas body bust open, him fall down and it bust open. But yet still no. Because I remember I said all of them things they did you. It said him appear to the 12. How much disciples Jesus did have? Not 12. Then one dead, then 11 left. It said Judas was there when him appeared to the disciples. And Jesus tell them, say, the disciples would rule from 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. This is serious. So after them done till they say Judas kill himself, you know. Them come show, you know, say, all him rise from the dead too, because him, when Christ rise from the dead and go amongst them, him the dead. The next thing we must realize too, in this historical thing, during the time of Jesus, and Judas in a Matthew hang himself, but in a Acts, him body bust open. And then when Christ raised from the dead, Judas was there when him appeared to the 12. And then Christ tell them, say, they would rule upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel until the coming of the Son of Man. Now, a brethren, upon the email, him say, him send go, him ask a question to, and him send to a person for ask the person the question. Well, today I look at my internet, you know, and I see the answer with the pastor give, and I say, wow. I mean, really? Only for one year me talk about cut off foot fit shoe. Trust me, man. That a cut off the whole body for fit the shoes. Trust me. The answer with a man they gay to the youth about the idea of this generation. Because he might interpret this generation just like where everybody would have said that when it said if a man stand up in front of some people and I said this generation, which generation they attack? Like how man said, why this generation come? I'm not talking about the generation with 2,000 years from now. So our man stand up in front of some people and say, this generation shall not see death until the Son of Man return. And them keep repeating it because a whole heap of part in the Bible, them keep repeating it. Said this generation, and all Paul are repeated. Because Paul did think, and when I tell a man, say Paul did believe, say, Christ will come back in a film time. The man said, I misinterpret it. I say, but it's in the Bible, tells Solonians or whatever. It's in there. The man make me go back and read the thing, and have to call back the radio station to tell the next day. I have to call back the radio station to tell the man on the program to say, look here, we don't know the Bible, or them one know the Bible. And him a quote some big guys and like Ian Bowen. Ian Bowen love quote some man who write some whole heap of book and feature the same book you read. And a whole heap of the book them know I think me, I go read them and realize about them man I say the same thing like me. Or I think the same way. So this man, this bishop, this reverend from Upper Ligini them same come. He must say, me a misquote Paul, I misquote. But if a man stand up in front of you and say, this generation, why 2,000 years after reading this thing, I must say it's me attack? Or why are you going to transport a language that is spoken to a group of people? It's like the PNP, it's like the minister, or that get up. A group of teachers will not get a raise of pay until next year. Then if a man write that down, I record that. And 2,000 years ago, a man tell say, you know, say, 2,000 years ago, in the hotel in Montego Bay, the Minister of Education said to a group of teachers that you will not get any raise of pay until next year. You're going to say a youth to talk about, a youth to talk to, and then you're going to transmit that reasoning where the teacher, them, where now you're going to say, are you the Prime Minister, the Minister of Education attack? What kind of foolishness is that? Or who them take for that? Because them get caught up in the illusion. Them have to try and make the illusion fit the reality instead of make the reality realize the reality for itself. It's that most of them do. Most of them try to put into perspective an historical so-called reference that has nothing to do with me right or so. Nothing. So when a man said this generation shall not, there are many standing here who shall not see death. That is what the story says. I'm sorry I never bring all the Bible, you know. It says, there are many here that shall not see death until the Son of Man appear, or something like that. You know, so I'm right in Mark 13:30, Matthew 10:23, Matthew 16, verse 28, and Matthew chapter 24, verse 34, and Luke chapter 21, verse 32. All of these passages mention the return in the disciples' lifetime. Because all of them was relating to Jesus Christ standing up in front of the disciples and saying, there are many here that shall not see death until the Son of Man appear. Because this generation, how the hell this generation 2,000 years ago can be this generation 2,000 years after? What kind of interpretation that is allowing people not to use them intelligence? Because right now, if a man totally get brainwashed in the most weirdest way, that I go look on something and say, man, this generation, and come say, a meat attack. When something was written 2,000 years ago, when the man I tell him stand up in front of some people, and I said, this generation. So he might make this be generic. If I make this go through all transcendental or whatever they want to call it, if I make the idea of this become not present at the time, but this can mean any generation that follow. So nobody shall see death. Because if you make this pass through, him say nobody shall see death. This generation shall not see death. That means that the man them whom did attack to that time don't death. It means that them still upon the earth await for the Son of Man appear. When the Son of Man never appear, because it's that generation them was supposed to appear and they never appear night. So that sense me not have. I must be the dumbest person on earth to write it. If you go realize, say, oh, the man I said that this generation, and I know me, other 2,000 years ago, I must say that. It's like the man I say, on the day that you eat this fruit, you shall surely die. And the man I tell me so, but him live till him at 300 and how much year old? 340, 330 year old. Man tell him say, well, he must read it and realize it's not. When him say die, it don't mean die. But wait there, if him don't mean that, then at what point in the thing him say die? It mean die. On the day that you shall eat, on the day that you eat this fruit, you shall surely die. And him eat the fruit and him never dead. So true him never dead, no man I say, well, it's not that death he was talking about, it was a spiritual death. So you must interpret death in that frame of thought as not physical because him never dead. So you have to now go into your head cup and realize there are times when it said death and it don't mean death. Like if you tell you say Jesus Christ died, maybe you shouldn't interpret same dead. Because at what point in the stories you must say death is death. And it means literally dead. Because Jesus Christ went on the cross and he said, and he died, and on the third day he rose from the dead. What dead did he rise from? Is it the dead that is in Genesis? That when him eat the fruit and him drop on the ground and you touch him vein, him have no life in him, that means him dead. So what stage of the game is there, die, become dead? We must have now, according to them now, we must have a Christian, Jesus, the spirit of Jesus in it, if you understand it. There's no understanding in it. If a man said to you, this generation shall not see death, because them not believe that. You think them believe that? Them not believe it. So why should I? When I have I own thing that I create in I own concept and I own logics for all and to. Yo, last week we have mentioned to the doctor say there was no Nazareth before the biblical talk. Nazareth only come out in the New Testament to satisfy an argument about Jesus of Nazareth. Them same born in a Bethlehem, and the guy, what name, them call up for a census, which all them story come like, a woman 9 months pregnant and you put her on the back of a donkey if you travel 100 miles to go do some census where really and truly never did go on. 100 miles, he might travel to go to this place. Put him wife on the donkey back, 9 months pregnant. But in studying and recognizing these places, because sometimes you just come upon them things they accidentally, Sometimes me all there some place and, me I look on some things where them now show me. I say, but wait. And that them tell you to tell the people them. Come here look at my lady, I say, but look how the man come tell me some things where a tourist talk him give me. You go up to the Atlas Mountain and tell you some tourist talk. And you don't know already through serious analytical study of history. And the Moors and all them places say, where you must say that's where I'm supposed to get the tourists them. Well, I the same thing with these stories. Sometimes I buck them up, When we are rebel go down all Jerusalem there and in a certain place, we are see things where the tourists now see. Because who carry we down there, a different set of people them from a guy who get paid for come tell you this every day. Him just tell the tourists the same thing. Every tourist will come, no matter which country him come from, tell them the same thing. Him not carry inhabitants of Jerusalem. You know, see it. When you go around the corner, you see some people who are white people, them say them are original inhabitant. You go around the next corner, you see some black people, you say, then where them people they come from? The right that's where them come from. So we are looking at some places where them no one will look. And we have see some things where them not sure we. I mean, I say, a whole heap of them things, we woke up like, for instance, on the Nazarite thing, I mean, I say, but Nazarene, not Nazarene, because that's a different story. Nazarene don't relate to Nazareth. Nazarene is something where in the Bible, number 6, where say, if a man take a vow of a Nazarene, we do have nothing to do with the country, the city we name Nazareth. When them say Jesus of Nazareth, you understand? It's an enlightened way that you receive when you start to take certain vow to Yahweh. You take this Nazarene vow. Has nothing to do with the city named Nazareth, because there was no Nazareth before. For instance, if you want to put it BCE, what we call before the Common Era, or CE, the Common Era, there was no Nazareth existing before the story of Jesus right in the Bible. None. So when I'm not telling about them go to Nazareth, yes, God create that to fulfill that story there. But check archaeological findings and archaeological things and see if you're saying in Nazareth they did it. Believe you me, none are found in a Jerusalem 200 years before, 100 years before, even 50 years before Jesus. There was a Nazareth. Show me that in history. That is how confident me is with my story. You understand? Because we go to Sodom and Gomorrah. See, it's a weird thing. People hear me talk about them things, and so like, they hear me say, you there, Jamaica, go to them places. Watch a man. We go and place them, one place them Sodom and Gomorrah. Them say Sodom and Gomorrah supposed to die. You know what they there? A pure land there. Now you hear the people them tell you, now. From God burn out the place, not no grow there, not no there at all. But you know, believe you me. The people that think so what are you there to know? All right. Let me show you this place now, them say, and this is Sodom and Gomorrah. It was Sodom and Gomorrah. This is what God did destroy the place. But guess what? And them say, no, from that time until now, not no grow there, not no there. But guess what? For miles and miles and miles, you look. At the same way, everywhere look when not no grow there, not no plant there, not no there. They appear like desert. But them specified that place. There's no, the place where them show you, there's no difference in the look of the place around the area where it's miles and miles of land. You understand? But they must specify this area, this little particular place when them say, this is Sodom. This is Sodom. So them show tourists that. Them show tourists that. And them, they know them have this long stone where them says that stone. I said lay down pan. So them have everybody know if you have a lame person in a Europe, you just bring the picture there and you put the picture upon the stone and you expect says some kind of miracle supposed to transmit through the picture and reach in a Europe and heal your loved ones. And I see that them have a long line now for you go into what them call now the sepulchre. My gosh, them people are not easy, they're Rasta. They're not easy. Trust me, they're not easy. Tourism big. Millions of people pass through them places per year. Millions of people pass through them places there yearly. If you come just witness which part Jesus Christ did bury and raise from the dead. What a serious